Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Sorry I'm not there for class today, but hopefully this video will provide you with the same amount of instruction as if I were there. What you'll see up on the board is your warm-up. So go ahead and get started by drawing figures 0 and 4. Finish completing the table. You'll know that the first row consists of the figure numbers, and that's what I already have in there for you. And then the output is what I'm looking for, is the number of tiles that are actually in each figure number. Once you've completed with the table, go ahead and write the rule and also answer the question, how many tiles does figure 100 have? Please go ahead and pause this video to give students enough time to complete this warm-up. How'd you do? Take a look at the answers that you see up on the board. Figure 0 and figure 4 would have the following tile patterns. You'll notice that the number of tiles increase by 2 each time, starting with 5, going to 7, 9, 11, 13. The rule consists of y equals 2x plus 5. And how many tiles does figure 100 have? Well, I would simply take 100 and replace x with it. So now I would have 2 times 100 plus 5, giving me 205 tiles. Before we get on to our activity, I want to point out a few things that will make this activity go a little bit more smoothly. If you take a look at this 5 right here, that 5 has reference back to our starting amount with the number of tiles in figure 0. That's going to come in handy. So let's write that down. This is our starting amount. Make sure to reference back to figure 0. Okay. This 2, though, where did that come from? The 2 comes from the number of tiles that are being added each time as we increase our figure numbers. Remember that. That's going to be our growth. Okay, how much we're adding by each time. By referencing back to those 2 things, it's going to make our next activity a lot easier. Ladies and gentlemen, the sub is going to hand out a sheet of paper that looks like this. So go ahead and pause the video so that way the students have a chance to look at the sheet while I give them the instructions. All right, class. Take a look at this sheet and follow along with me. What I'm asking you to do is take a look back at tile patterns, very similar to our warm-up this morning or this afternoon. Okay? The first thing that I want you to do is color the new tiles in each figure. Use a different color for each pattern. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's take a look at this first tile pattern together. I'm going to use the color purple, all right? With that, I'm going to look at figure 1 and compare that to figure 2. What changed? What tiles got added? If you notice, it's going to be this one right here, and then also these 2 inside that rectangle. I'm going to do the same kind of analysis going from figure 2 to figure 3. What changed? What tiles got added? Again, that pattern's going to continue where I'm adding 1 at the ends and then 2 right here in this rectangle. That's going to help me with drawing figures 4 and figure 0. Okay? So after I identify what tiles are being added each time, I'm going to go ahead and draw what figure 0 and figure 4 look like. Once I've completed those drawings, I'm going to look at what's the rule. This is where those notes from the warm-up are going to come in handy. What's my starting value? What am I starting with in figure 0? And then what is it growing by each time? Okay? You're going to do this with each of these 4 tile patterns, using a different color each time. The colored pencils, if you need some, are going to be located by the back window near all the rest of the school supplies. Once you are finished with writing the rule for all 4 tile patterns, it's going to become time to graph. Please set up your graph like the one that I have up on the board, where the figure numbers are going to be going across the x-axis, and the number of tiles are going to be increasing along the y-axis. This might be more successful in completion if you create a table like the one in the warm-up, and then use that table to plot your points. Otherwise, go ahead and attempt it without the table, but just know that you might have better success using that table to reference for x and y values. So ultimately, class, here's what I'm asking you to do. I would like you to draw figures 4 and 0. Discuss how the pattern is growing, color in the new tiles of each figure. Describe figure 100 in words. This is going to be helpful when we move into more complicated equations and rules. Write a rule for the pattern. And then lastly, with your team, you are going to graph. Once you are done, please keep your resource page. We are going to go over them on Monday. We do have some follow-up questions that I'd like to address when I'm with you in class. So please be responsible. Do not lose this paper after you are completed. Once you are done with this activity, class, here's what I want you to remember. Your homework assignment, okay, comes from Chapter 4. You're going to find that on the class website. Go to textbooks. So look under Chapter 4, problems 3, 4, 6, 7, 14, and 16. This assignment will be due on Monday. So just a reminder, here's what you are doing, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.